So we have this antifreeze faucet here. It doesn't look like it's working. And we need to clean it out anyhow. So how it works, it's like on a float deal. So when this cage is up, it should come out and drip, and then when it's down, it shuts off. I don't know if it's turning on all the way.
Now it's working so I can see it leaking down here.
I know what's leaking there. Looks like the float stuck. I need a screwdriver.
What's that thing?
That's the float. That's what shuts it off.
Oh.
The plunger. Yeah, it's bad. So the plunger that shuts it off and on is bad. I'm gonna go get a pair of channel locks and take it off. Maybe it's just an O-ring. If it's an O-ring, I probably have it. If not, we'll have to go to this NelsonHorseWaterers.com and look for parts for it. It's probably pretty inexpensive to fix. This thing was here when we moved in, and the horses use it from time to time. But if we can get this float deal fixed, these foals use it all, more than anybody. And Emery, the horse that's in here.
What are you doing now?
Taking the nut off of the little plunger to get to it. Do you have any wire cutters over here, babe?
Ava, can you bring some wire cutters from the feed room?
When people use the term serviceable, that means that it's repairable.
Okay.
If it's not repairable, then it's not serviceable. If it's repairable, then it's serviceable.
Yeah.
So the O-rings, the seal's bad on it. You can, I don't know.
You have to put your hand behind it so it's like focuses on it or whatever.
Well, you know, it should. That one should focus. It's the
okay.
other cameras. So there's a step in it.
There's gonna be a huge shadow, but yeah, okay.
There's a huge step in it.
Where are you at with it? Oh, it's right there. Sorry. Now go. There's a huge step in it.
There's a step in it right there where it seals, and it's not sealing. The top seal is working. It's this bottom one. I'm gonna see if I can maybe flip it over. Hopefully it's two-sided. We'll see though. So there's a little screw down here at the bottom of it. It is pretty snug. I already loosened it up. So you just take it out, and hopefully, if I was engineering it, I would make it where it was reversible.
Fancy. They're raping. They're dumping out all my stuff. Did you lose something?
Nope, I was just looking. And it may very well be, because it may have originally started the height of this, like how the white to that. So flipping it over may work. We'll try it, and it's the worst that can happen. It's not work. It's already not working. I think it was though, because where there's a shoulder on the shaft here, and where the threads start on the bottom side is the same thickness, so it may accidentally be the way that I'm hoping that it is and work. We will find out. And then you gotta have something to hold the shaft with. Make sure you're not doing it on the old O-ring, you're doing it on the step there where water just spins or slides through. And then when it's done, it's the little rubber seal there's a little proud of the plastic.
It's hard for me to see with the sun.
And then we can test it before we put it all the way back together.
It works.
Okay, so now we just got to put it all the way back together in here. Then you got to get the nut back lined all up. Don't cross thread it because it is plastic, so make sure you're being careful with it. We will get online and see if we can find one of the O-rings for it. That way we do have one. And then this is the detent to set the height of your plunger. Or this, pull it back and then we'll manually set it.
Have to get some bleach and clean it.
Yeah.
Mainly in the summer. In the summer it gets pretty gross.
Fancy.
Can you turn it up faster than that?
Yeah. But it's starting to get heavy, so it's starting to tip. But yeah, I can.
Oh, I guess it does run out pretty good. See, that's the problem. It's got to fill it more.
Because it's geared to the moon. So this counterweight, to adjust how fast it feels, because the more it tips over with weight in it, that's what shuts the little plunger off. So you can adjust your counterweight in, and then it should feel faster. But once it gets to a certain point, then it breaks over.
Maybe you're at 5% battery. Hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
You're the one that left it on that entire time you walked off thinking you had it on. Oh.
So now, once it gets to a certain point and tips over, it'll shut off. But see how it's just feeling faster now.
Yeah.
3, 2, we're gonna die. Look, you have your phone?
Yeah.
The more it tips back, the faster the water runs. But once it gets to a certain point, then it shuts off. And now you can adjust your detent to make it actually shut off a little earlier. Or later, I'm sorry. So you screw it a little bit faster or harder. And you don't want to go too much, just little bits at a time make a huge difference. I didn't make sure it shut off, but yeah, it does. So with the two adjustments that you have, is sliding the counterweight and then adjusting your detent, your plunger, that shuts your water off. But I think that's gonna work as long as it shuts off.
Yep.
And that's what you want it to do. And from what we've looked up in the past is you don't want it to fill all the way to the top. About halfway, so it keeps the algae from growing up in it. That's what we have noticed in the past when we've actually looked stuff up. And then if you look at your lid, whenever you put your lid on, the water line should be just short of the inside of your flange down, because it's deeper. It's got a pretty deep flange here, so once you get it in there, they're all the same. So yeah, and it should be just short of your flange, and then if you tip it back, need to do some more investigating.
Goodness, you're making a muddy mess.
And now that it's getting full, it's tipping and shutting off. Well, that's going to be it for the video, guys. It's just a how to adjust and change the seal out on a Nelson horse water. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's something else, that it is electric too, so in the wintertime it keeps it from freezing. I don't think it's ever froze since we've ever lived here. We lived here, what, 5 years now?
It's never froze, just if the water line freezes.
Yeah. The water line will freeze if it does get too cold. And it has shut off now. So the biggest thing is we'll get the metal deal cleaned out in it, because we did not know that we were gonna have the parts for it. And it was just kind of a, hey babe, this is broke and we're gonna fix it real quick. So, and that's why my wife keeps me around. Hope you guys have a good one. We'll catch you on the next one.